Empty to the face, not if I empty you first. Tighten up that belt. Would your mom dress you today? So today we're going to be talking about the classic empty, or elbow strike. Now, there's lots of different ways to do it. I want to show you my favorite and why. He needs a whooping anyway.
Ow!
Welcome back to another Scotty Karate video. So today we're going to be doing empty. We're going to be hitting on our good friend Bob. He deserves it. Trust me, you don't know what he did, but I do. Yeah. So to do this, all we're going to do is do our empties. That's what we're going to be working on today. Some basic fundamental strikes. And more importantly, not necessarily how to do them, because most styles have a different way of doing things, but when and where. Okay? So it is most commonly taught that you do an empty either up, right? So we go up into our person, across, or down. Okay? Now there's obviously different effects. You can go up, whatever. But the reality is those are the three main ones that we tend to utilize or put out there that this is how you do it. Now, there's a couple of things that I like to use the empty for and when. I'm going to go over those now. So the first one we're going to do is the empty straight up. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. Open hand, closed. Doesn't really matter. I mean, for this aspect anyway. And what we're going to be doing is going for vital areas. Now, you'll see this a lot where people will tell you to take an empty and you're going to put it in something soft, like their nose or their lips, their face, so on. You can, and that's fine, but there's a certain situation when I do that or when I suggest doing that. And that's when you're kind of caught in that, oh crap motion, right? So if someone's coming in, they're getting very aggressive. What up, man? You know, so on and so forth. This is when you feel that attack coming, you can do it, right? This is something I like to do. You're in here, they're being very aggressive. You start to see that hand cock back to come across, and you just instantly go in, right? Keep your guard up, come in, you smash. Now, the whole point of this is not for me to take my elbow and try and take it under that chin and go, yeah, and watch his head go. That's not the goal here. The reality is I'm just taking something nice and hard, putting a bridge between me and them. So I'm still going to cover, but I'm going to take my hand away so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to come in. I'm just going to put that in there. Now, hand open, closed. This is up to you. A lot of people like it open so they can kind of cover or grab. You know, a lot of people grab. I'm not a super fan of that, but like I said, it depends on your style. I make a fist just to make all this kind of as solid as I can so I can get it in, make a good contact. But more importantly, I have to do it to get my digits out of the way. Because if I come in here and I catch something like that, burp, he don't mind. And I come here, well, that's great, but I just hurt my finger, right? Because I did something dumb and I didn't have my fingers together or a good position, whatever. But I come in, strike. So the first going up, that's what I use it for. The next target be right here on the diaphragm. So I don't try, I mean, you can hit here, but if you haven't ever had someone hit you there, how hit you there? I mean, you can hit dang hard with whatever you want, your chest or your abs, and you can pretty well take it. I mean, you can train that. You can train your body to take the damage, take the pain. It's not super hard, but the reality is even an untrained person getting hit in the chest, they might go, but they're not going to, it's not going to take the wind out of them. It's not going to hurt them as bad as you want them to. So if you're going to do that, you come in here, hit that diaphragm. So just like you would with your punch, cause them to go, yeah, that's what you're doing right now. Trust me. Now, all you have to do is strike there. Now, same thing. They're coming in, straight in. Put that elbow into that spot. Once you do that, that's your two for uppers. Lots of other uses for it, you know. You got their arm on you, and you come in, do other things. But the reality is, just for this, just basic strikes, nose, diaphragm. Straight up, it's a good one. It's one I go to a lot just because it's very easy, and instead of, you know, cowering or getting hit, if you just instantly get used to going, what are they going to do? Hit your side of your head where your arm is, where you got something very hard in the way? Okay. something else to get up, get guard up, get something painful towards them. Something to think about. You should try it. Oh, where's your undershirt? You dang barbarian? Next we're going to talk about is our horizontal strike. Taking the elbow, across our body, strike. Now there's a few things that you want to do on this one, and I need you to understand because this is so common. With our body, because it's such a short range, you don't want to go high. So you'll be surprised how many people have an opponent that's similar size, and they'll come up and they'll do this like weird, I don't know, chicken arm, leg, I don't know. And because they're doing this, they lose all their power. It is so hard to generate power like that. Plus, if he has his arm up even a little bit, just if it's straight out, that's not getting through. So the reality is if you're coming up with an MP, it should be straight up. And that way at least it gives you a guard, a strike, something to put in them. But this, it leaves you too open. It's too slow in my opinion. And you're having to fight their limbs just to get up there. But it's the most common you see. You know, talk about like, well, train somebody, say, hey, now let's switch off, do MP strikes. And the first thing people do is try and go to the head. Well, great. If they're ducked down and you want to come in, that's fine. But that's not usually what people are doing. They're usually taken from here and they're just trying to swing at them. It's just not going to work. Just so you know, try it if you want. If it works for you, fantastic. But it's probably not. Let's be honest. Next part on the horizontal elbow is going to be timing. When to do this. So if you're here and you're boxing, you don't want to just come in and go, smash. I mean, it could, but it's just so slow. It's such an in-close attack. To do it correctly, you need to be right here to get any kind of good strike. You don't want to be way out and have to come in because then you're having to make up too much ground for an attack. You should already be here. There's something here where he's already got me or I have him. Right? So let's say we're judo throwing. We got this here. We're biting for position. All of a sudden, wham! I come in. That's a time for an MP and a time that it would be well placed and hard to stop. Because if we're already here, that 10 inches from here to here, very quick. Very, very quick. So you can hit very quick, very fast from that range. You're fine. It didn't hurt that bad. Man, you need to do more crunches if it hurt that bad. Final thing I want to go over is just simply how to do an MP. Right? So this is something that you're already doing, I'm sure, with your punches, and that's rotating your hips. Right? So if you got here and you're coming in, you don't want to come in and just use your shoulder. You want to come in and rotate the hips. So for example, if me and Bob are here and we're facing each other and I have a good front stance, my hips are forward, there's very little for my arm to do now. I'm having to use my shoulder. But what I can do is if I'm in close, I can take and turn my hips 45 degrees, for example. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do a ton. And then turn in. So what that does is it generates lots of power. You ready for this? Okay, if you want it. So all we're doing, simple technique, turning our hips 45 degrees. You don't want to do a full 90. You don't want to go from the side all the way because that's like taking a fist and going, wah! It's so obvious what you're doing, it's not going to be beneficial. But if you're in close, you're doing something, you're grappling, whatever, all I'm going to do is take my hips, turn them 45, so from here to here, and then come in, smash. So it'll look something like this. We're sitting here, we're doing all this stuff. You okay? You cool? Okay. And just like that, Bob's back. Say hi, Bob. Rude. Simple. Hope you enjoyed it. MPs are something you should be practicing all the time. If you haven't gotten into it, do it. If you aren't using it on a bag or something to help, try it. Because I promise you, as soon as you start doing it, you'll find flaws in your technique because you're not getting the power you think you are, and that you need to generate more, say, using your hips. This is how. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell in the corner so you know when the videos are posted each week. And, as always, the more you train, easier the fight.